say. They don't belong in the same
last
sentence.
time Chelsea beat me at Stamford Bridge, you
So.
didn't even have a mustache.
Ew.
Calm down.
I didn't have a mustache.
Calm down. Just calm down.
Before my parents were born, and even now, I'm
Bolu,
going to be a
calm
father.
down.
If this
You
is
didn't
how
have
You still don't have a Champions League
Mustache will
title.
still grow again before you beat Arsenal. Calm down, Bolu.
When stalemate of all stalemates, as far as many of us are concerned, happened over the weekend when Chelsea and Arsenal met in the Premier League 2023-24 season. A lot of people thought that Chelsea would not survive the onslaught that Mikel Arteta's boys
They
would
won't believe
bring
in
but
us.
yes, a lot of people thought so. Just you and some other Chelsea fans had the faith that, Arsenal were not going to be able to do much, and you guys showed that until a few minutes closer to the game when Robert Sanchez decided to embarrass his ancestors as far as we are concerned. Hello and welcome to Naija Football Talk. This is Chima, and as usual I have Bolu and Kolade with me, and we are going to be talking about the biggest game and the biggest action from this weekend's round of games. First off is Chelsea versus Arsenal, the match that was going to cause a civil war on Naija Football set, but now there is no victor, no vanquished. Everybody is on level ground at the moment, but at least the Arsenal fan here can still boast of the fact that his unbeaten run against Chelsea is not yet over. Kolade, how far?
I'm all with them, man. It was a point lost. Actually,
Really?
2 points lost.
A point gained, literally.
2 points lost.
A point gained, literally.
It was
2 points lost. 2 points
Chelsea
lost
that would
because
say that they
Chelsea-
lost points.
Chelsea were their usual Chelsea. It was just Arsenal that were not Arsenal.
And why were you not Arsenal?
That is the usual Chelsea. It happens one of these days. That's champions for you.
That was your strongest team.
When you don't win as a champion,
That's so.
the good thing
You are
is
not
that-
champions,
the
please.
good thing is that
You and champion they're not even in the
Bolu,
same. They
the
don't
last
belong in
time-
the same
last time
sentence.
Chelsea beat me at Stamford Bridge, you
so.
didn't even have a mustache.
Ew.
Calm
So,
down.
I didn't have a
Calm
mustache.
Bolu,
Calm
why
down.
you trying
Just
to-
calm down.
Before my parents were born, and even now, I'm
Bolu,
going to be a
calm
father.
down.
If this
You
is
didn't
how
even
You still don't have a Champions League
Mustache will
title.
still grow again before you beat Arsenal. Calm down, Bolu.
When these guys meeting ended in a draw.
If I start in
imagine how it
if I
would
start
have been.
anybody, Chelsea can beat
Imagine
you.
how
Take
it
it like
would
that.
have been if one of them ended up winning the match. Anyway, since we're on the matter, Kolade, give us your review of the game. Since you say it's 2 points lost for Arsenal,
Yeah.
what exactly made it so? Why do you think it's not Chelsea that lost the 2 points for you guys? Because you people literally had to come back.
Like I said, it's Chelsea were Chelsea. That's the usual Chelsea game we know. It is Arsenal that were not Arsenal. I mean, we had only one shot on target up until the half hour, up until 1 hour mark. Yeah, Saka was nullified by Cucurella. Fair play to Cucurella as well.
That's something that
he had a very nice game.
Yes.
Because if you remember before the game, I said it was going to be wing play.
Yeah.
Battle
Wing
will
play
be won on the flanks, exactly. And Sterling gave Zinchenko a really, really difficult time to the point that he had to be removed for Tomiyasu. So like I said, the moment Arsenal tried to be Arsenal, we scored 2 goals. If they gave us 5 more minutes, we'd have scored them 4.
Interesting. Arsenal had to be Arsenal.
I'm happy for the only reason I feel like to me though, Arsenal lost the game.
Talking
We
about
lost the game
champions.
because Modric scored.
Oh.
We lost the game because Modric scored, but I'll take it. 2-2 is fair
Well,
result.
that goal safe in its own is still a bone of contention till date on social media. Many people are saying he meant it. Many are
Whether
saying
he meant it or not, he entered the post.
That's what I'm saying. It's just.
And now Modric has more goals than Kai Havertz.
Nice one.
Declan Rice has more goals. He
has more goals than
He
who?
has more goals than your 2 midfielders combined.
Anyway, so Bolu, what's
Modric
your
now
review
has
of
more
the
goals
game?
than Kai
Whether
Havertz.
Modric scored
Cole
on
Palmer
purpose,
too has more goals than Kai Havertz.
whether Modric scored on purpose or he made a mistake, whatever, the goal entered, the match ended 2-2 with the Modric goal. What's your review of the game and the young man's performance?
Well, it was a very spectacular game, like I expected. And if you remember, I said I didn't see any of the teams winning. Before the game, I said I expected this to be a draw one way or another. The only disappointment being a Chelsea fan is the fact that we let a 2-goal lead slip. And the moment Rice scored the first goal for Arsenal, I just knew that we're going to draw the game. But it was a very good game. It was very good to see that we could make Arsenal have such a bad game up until 70 minutes. In fact, I don't think City could
Nah.
City could not
City
handle
didn't
Arsenal
play
that
Arsenal
well,
that well,
and
yeah.
Arsenal were played off the park. They were not looking any spectacular.
Threatening
They were
at
not.
all.
They were, and it was amazing to see for the first 70 minutes that they were just not the usual Arsenal because of how well we played. But I wasn't really surprised that
Kolade is laughing.
I wasn't really surprised that being the young team that we are, we let the lead slip, and this I think is like kind of expected of a young team.
Nah,
but it was good.
Just look at-
No, it is a young
When it
team.
comes-
I'm not talking about youth. I'm saying a young team
Same. When
as
it
a
comes-
whole
when it
with
comes
a
to-
new coach,
Okay,
with a
put
new
it that way.
set of players. This is an Arsenal team that's been there for 4 years
Okay,
now. They've been
because
together
if it
for
comes
4
to
years.
youth, Arsenal
It's
is
a
the
young
second
team.
youngest team in the Premier
Yeah, but
League.
it's
I
a
was going
young
to say
team
that
in
as
terms
well.
of they just came together and they're holding the supposed title chasers, title contenders, a very young team. This team is just about 3 months old against a team that's been together for 4 years. Come on.
They've not been together for 4
Oh,
years.
they've not been
Declan
together.
Rice, Kai Havertz.
Oh, Arteta has not- Arteta has not had them for 4 years.
How many
With
people
the
in our
exception
starting
of
lineup?
Kai Havertz and
Arteta has been
Declan
I
Rice.
can
cooking.
call seven
This-
players.
Arteta has
I can
been
call seven
cooking
players
for
that have
4
not
years.
been at Arsenal for 3 years. Let's get our facts right.
With the exception
No,
of
come on,
Declan
7
Rice
players. I can
and,
mention
okay,
seven.
probably Leandro
Seven. I
Trossard,
can
who
mention
scored.
7 good players for you. 7.
Anyway, your core is
Arteta has been
your
there
core-
for 4
your
years.
The only 2
anyway.
players, Saka and Martinelli.
Whatever Arteta has been
the-
cooking, he's
have
been
the
cooking
ones-
it for
Your core
4
has
years.
spent at least 3 years.
No, they've
together,
not
so
spent
it's-
at least 3 years.
Gabriel has. This is Gabriel's third or fourth season
Your
now.
core has spent at least 3 or 4
Like
years.
I said, I can mention 7 players
Anyway,
that have not been there.
Since we are still on the topic of Arsenal, you also mentioned something about Arsenal not being Arsenal in the game.
Yeah.
And the truth is that this season, Arsenal have had to produce gritty performances as opposed to their normal, killer performances at the beginning of every match last season. Arsenal have really not been their attacking best this season. Why?
In a nutshell, I think the reason for that is because Arteta has not stick to one steady lineup. He keeps on making tweaks. He keeps on making tweaks to his lineup. Today, Havertz starts. Tomorrow, Martinelli starts. Tomorrow, Trossard
You call yourself a
starts.
team of champions.
There is not-
City rotates all the time. Everybody
We've
rotates.
had injuries.
That's what
to do with.
champions
But
should
that's
do.
the point. Even with the rotation, we are nicking up results. We are unbeaten. We are invincible so far. That I will take it.
So
any
you are
day.
basically saying that Arteta does not have his starting XI down to a T like he had it last time.
No. Arteta is making the lineups based on the opposition.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, he's making lineups based on the opposition. I like his management of late. Normal Arteta would know he will leave Zinchenko in that kind of game. He saw he was struggling against Sterling. He took him off, put Tomiyasu. He did that against Man City as well. He worked. He did it against Man United as well. He worked. So Arteta is taking it game by game. Ramsdale made a mistake. He put in Raya. And Raya is a talk for another day. But I won't go there.
That one safe.
I won't even go there. But like,
this is his last season in that.
if we are not yet at our best and we are not losing games, I will take it all day long.
Interesting. Now, fair play to Tomiyasu too. He did well in that left back.
Solid
role.
left back.
Yeah. He did well in that left back role. Since Ben White don't push one for right back now. Now at least if he fights Zinchenko for left back. Anyway, and you mentioned how Cole Palmer and some other players were actually up to speed in the Chelsea game, but their youth, quote and unquote, is what was their undoing. So let's talk about Cole Palmer himself. Yeah, there were some really nice performances from him in the game, and last time around I mentioned that he's a perfect replacement for Mason Mount, who is struggling to find his feet at Manchester United, who won by the way. But let's discuss Cole Palmer. Chelsea. Well, how high is his ceiling? How was his performance in the game? What do you think about him generally?
Cole Palmer is a very special player. I must have said in the last couple of episodes that he is well coached already. He has, he has had that education.
Overcoached, if you ask me.
Overcoached too. Yeah, he has had that education under Guardiola, and it's the numbers speak for themselves. Since he became a starter at Chelsea, we won all those games. I mean, we've not beaten so far. He has assisted or scored in each of those games as well, and we've been scoring goals too. Because in the 3 games before his first start, we hadn't scored a goal. It looks like we could never score a goal. And this guy comes in and he just elevates our attacking play. And what's most interesting is the fact that he has played different positions in almost every single game. He started as his first 2 starts were as a number 10. Against Burnley, he played as a right winger. Against Arsenal, he played as a false 9, and he was also very, very good in the game. He could have scored 3 times. but eventually scored one. So I feel like his ceiling is very high. He has a lot more to come in his game, and I'm just really excited to see what he can do for us this season.
Interesting. Another player that was of interest to me in that game is Gabriel Martinelli, Arsenal. Unfortunately, he was kept quiet as well. Or that's for you guys anyway, not for those of us without any dog in the race. He was kept quiet, and it seems to be a pattern of late because Martinelli has not really been producing the kind of goods he produced last season. There are also some opinions on social media from Arsenal fans saying that maybe Leandro Trossard should get more game time ahead of the young man. Maybe he should start coming off the bench like he used to at his earlier days at Arsenal. What are your thoughts, Kolade?
I think Arsenal fans are being too reactionary.
Is there any fan base that isn't?
Arsenal fans are. If you remember, Martinelli already missed about 4 games this season due to injury. And in that time, Trossard did get the nod, and he didn't really do much. Martinelli came back again against City, and he produced the all-important strike that gave us the win. And now, against Chelsea, I don't really think Martinelli did anything off against Chelsea because even Bukayo Saka was literally quiet up until the 70th minute as well. Martin Odegaard was not even, he ghosted in that game.
Midfield locked him up.
He kept him quiet.
Odegaard ghosted in the game. Oh God!
Against my midfield.
Great players against your what?
Was he playing against my strikers?
Declan Rice was the best midfielder on that. In that game.
Yeah.
Let's not go there.
Declan was the highest rated. That's just ratings. Just game ratings because he scored in a game.
In that game. No. Who was better than him?
For 70 minutes, your midfield couldn't get the kick in that match.
Your midfielder that was better than him.
You don't need to mention them. You already said he locked up Odegaard.
I deal with
so
facts.
obviously,
I deal with
you
facts.
said it yourself.
I deal with facts.
Don't tell me about who scored rating. Who scored rating is because he scored a goal, obviously.
Declan Rice is the best midfielder right now in the Premier League, bro.
I hear you.
Take it or leave it. Only Rodri, only Iman, Rodri, Declan Rice.
Yeah, no, facts. Yeah. But to tell me that he was special in that game, it was better. He was special in that game. He wasn't better than my midfielders. He really scored a goal.
He was not better. You could not win. You're at your best. You could not win.
That was your best lineup. That was your best lineup. That team lacked Rhys James, Lavia. I mean, how fit Rhys James, Lavia, and Nkunku.
Since COVID,
and that was their proper lineup. That was their full lineup except Partey.
Okay, I hear you. Arsenal have not played this bad since
you didn't play this bad because we gave you a bad game. You people played a very bad game because we played so well.
Martinelli any day. Martinelli has proven that he deserves to be the one on that left flank. It's just I think Trossard is more of an impact player. All of his 3 Premier League goals for Arsenal have come from the bench.
When he starts,
no, when I think Trossard is just that kind of player that gives you a different dimension. Him and Martinelli, they are different profiles. Martinelli is the kind of player that go in straight at the defender, cut in deep. But Trossard is more, he's more like technical in the sense that he reads the game and makes that brilliant pass or run. So it's not a case of who should start over the other. I think it's just a case of having 2 quality players that you can call on. Quality depth is fine.
Well, quality depth is fine for any team.
Team at all.
Any team would always have, they will really enjoy having either Trossard or Martinelli because these are solid players. I mean, at some point, Barcelona was interested in one of them. And I thank God that we decided to stick with who we chose anyway.
Stuck with Rafinha,
really.
Don't worry now. When the guy starts coming,
Chima, let's move on. You
always try to bring Barcelona into everything.
To be able to dissect this match because there's still a lot of talking points we'll have loved to discuss. But, we don't have too much time. So we're going to go straight in.